Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Joseph Clough, and this is episode 724. Or if you're in my program, if you're listening to the podcast, it is episode 445. So, in today's episode, I really want us to come back to the truth. You see, deep down within you, there's a part of you wishing to break free. There's a part of you which is screaming out and just saying, I want to be free. I want the health. I want the wealth. I want the relationship. I want the career. I want the business. And as you think about your desires, and that part of you screaming out for them, despite being overshadowed by those things getting in your way, think about what is the real reason as to why you want those things. Why do you want the health? Why do you want the body, the relationship, the money, the abundance, the success? You see, all those things are external. And although they can add a deep value to your source of beingness, for a moment consider, what is it that those things that you desire will allow you to experience on the inside? And it will be an intangible thing. It will be a feeling, a thought, a knowing. You see, for some people, it might be contentment. It might be the freedom to buy things, the freedom to have security, the freedom to go on vacation. It could be love. The love for life, the love to be with someone, to do what you love. But consider that thing, the intangible truth of what you really want, beyond the things. Because those dreams that you have, they're not bad, far from it. They can add an immense sense of experience. And since life is a kaleidoscope of experience, these are okay. But the real question is, what is stopping you receiving those things in your life? Because if there's that part of us who truly wants it, that truly desires those good and great things, if there's that part of you screaming out for it, what would you say is stopping you? Now, the first instance we usually go to is an external reason, a validation as to why we can't have those things, why we can't experience that true love or that true freedom with those things. It could be because we were taught to think this way, because I had that terrible, horrible childhood, because my ex made me feel like crap, or because I got laid off, or there's no economy in where I live. There's no way I can make money doing the things that I love. Because of this, because of that person, because of that situation, based on this experience. And I do not want you to fall in the trap of that kind of validation. Now, some of those things may have meaning, but they do not have to define what you do now. It doesn't have to define your experience. It doesn't have to be the decider of success or not success. You see, those things that you went through, no matter how horrible or bad, they do not have to dictate your happiness. It doesn't have to control you. It doesn't have to put you in this invisible cage of what you can and cannot do, in who you can or cannot be, the what you can or cannot have, that you can or cannot experience. It doesn't have to be the deciding factor. It doesn't have to be the thing which holds you back. So as we consider beyond the external validation, because now we know those external validations, it keeps us stuck. It keeps us down. We breathe life to them. And the more we believe in the external circumstance, the more we believe in that validation, the more it will just continue. But if you step back for a moment and you see things from a different angle, where you could consider maybe those events, no matter how bad they were, maybe they're an opportunity to become more, to be more, to experience more. Maybe those things, those situations, the horrors, the traumas or significant emotional events could be your greatest teacher and your greatest liberator to get what you really want. And there is the choice. Do we choose to remain the same and buy into the validations, buy into the reasons, the excuses, to buy into what other people have said, to buy into what society expects of you? And how did those people, that society, build those conclusions for you of who you are and where you want to be heading or not heading based on those expectations? Where did they come from? Well, they probably came from an experience. Maybe that person was told they shouldn't do it. Maybe that society was built to hold you down so you can just do and be a part of the wheel or a part of the cogs that keeps things in the same status quo. What if we take a stand on what is right? What if we decide today that I'm not going to be my excuse? I'm not going to participate or even care what others think, as long as I know what I'm doing is for the best and highest good. Good for self, good for others, and good for the world. What would happen if you made that decision with conviction, with every part of you, every ounce, energy, substance, that part of you which is screaming out for more, for the love, for the peace, for the freedom, to release the resistance? You see, the only thing that is stopping you be the person you know that you really know is in there, is the resistance we hold within ourselves. Other people, situations may have contributed to our experience, but deep down within our unconscious mind, for the greatest and most wonderful intentions of safety and protection, try to keep you playing small because it's supposedly safe there. Keeps you in your comfort zone so we don't look silly, but we don't fail again. to keep us where we are in case we don't measure up. That maybe we weren't enough. Maybe fearing, what if we do become a success? What will that mean? How does that change my identity? Because it's showing up so different where I am right now. So consider this. Reflect on what is right. Reflect on the possibility. Reflect on the core sense of you. And no matter when all the no's are coming your way, when everything shows up like it's going against you, because those things sometimes will happen. Sometimes the resistance within us and beyond us gets worse when we're on the edge of a breakthrough. I tend to reflect on maybe it's just life, people, even within myself, testing me to see how much I want this, testing me to see how much I'm willing to do, testing me of how much I'm willing to put into myself to get the life I've always wanted, testing me to see what I will do differently today and tomorrow that is different from yesterday, that will lead me closer to where I want to be, where I know I should be. And there is that choice again. Do we stay the same? Do we remain where we are? Do we become a part of that cycle where our limiting thoughts and feelings dictate our capacity of what we can or cannot do, in how we act and react, to just get the same results, which feeds back into that limiting thought and belief? Or do we break that cycle now and see something different within us? When no one can, it is our job to do what we can, to do what is needed. Because it's all on you. And that's great news, because that means you have the possibility to take back the control, rather pushing it beyond your control. Because when it's all on you, you can choose. So what are you to do? Are you willing to put in the time, the energy, to live the life you've always wanted? Or are we just going to pull back our energy? Now, there's one thing I know that is absolute truth. Whatever you think you are, whatever you think you're capable of, you are always more, and you are more powerful and more capable than you can imagine. Deep within you, that part can be your greatest ally. The issues and the resistance you feel can also be your ally. We gotta get it on our side. We gotta speak the truth. We must radiate what we truly want in our thoughts, our feelings, our behaviors. We must learn in every situation. We must make that unconscious conscious of our desires, so we take back the control. Because we can take back the control. We can assume that responsibility. So assume it. Know that there's people out there who are willing you on, wanting you to succeed. And just like in every book or movie, the hero faces challenges. Everything is fine, then something goes wrong. And in that moment, the character, the lead, must make a decision to embark on a journey to do what is right. And somewhere along the line, a deeper meaning comes through, a deeper experience, where not just to change the experience, but to do something more. So not only can you change, but you can also transform at a deeper level. You can do something beyond yourself to be of true service. For you never know, when you make that change, you become the example. And it can lead you to the things that will truly serve others too. So go ahead and make that decision, because it's all within you. So will you make that decision now? And with that, if you need someone on your team, if you're someone who is so into the deep transformation that you're willing to do whatever it takes to do things you've never done to get the thing you've always wanted, and you are a professional, go to josephclough.info/power so you can experience something deeper, where we can show you the steps of how to live the life that you want. josephclough.info/power. It's a free video, a masterclass of figuring things out. And I'll speak to you soon. Many thanks and goodbye.